welcome to another episode of At the Closing Table. I'm here with my clients, Chris and Lydia. Close on your first house purchase today.
Oh yeah.
How you feeling, Chris?
Good. I mean, it's just been an absolute pleasure working with you and Matt from Total Mortgage. I'm just grateful we had such a good team.
Lydia, you want to recap?
It went really well. Way smoother process than I imagined, and I'm really surprised how we got our first offer accepted.
Right.
It's
On a
really exciting.
multifamily too.
Honestly, yeah. And
Yeah.
kudos to you. No, seriously. I don't think I've expressed how good of a job you did. I work as an engineer, so a lot of the time I have to know the justification. We do our due diligence, and every time I double check your work, it's always consistent with what I would have done as well. So I mean, we closed on a multifam. Can I say how many offers were? 12 offers, right?
Yeah.
And we were chosen. So thanks.
Yeah,
Seriously.
no, it was huge. But I honestly have to give a lot of credit to Matt. I think he was honestly the MVP in this deal.
Yeah.
Because how we ended up with this situation was, there was a bunch of offers, but the seller had two tenants in there that were paying well below market value.
Right.
So when we look at all the other buyers, they were struggling to get financing because a lot of them need, when you buy a multifamily, you need that income from the other unit to help you qualify.
Right.
So, and actually kudos to you because you were able to qualify for the house without their income, which was a huge leg up.
Mm-hmm.
But also, when you're buying a multifamily, you need to be able to live in one of the units. So Matt found a loophole where we were able to just submit a notice to quit.
Yep.
And we didn't need it vacant. And the seller was like, that's going to be huge because I can't sit around and wait for a tenant to leave for me to sell this place.
Yep.
Right? Because he's doing a 1031 exchange, moving down to Florida. So time was a huge component.
Absolutely.
Getting the financing was a huge component, and getting it without having to vacate one of the tenants was huge.
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe you or Matt knew that, but you seem to just know what buttons to press, given the situation. And Matt did this. I mean, I was on the phone with Matt for hours before we were closing on this, and he did his little Kim Possible Wade thing, and it's I'm crunching numbers real quick. This is what I came up, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. No, I mean we do a lot of multifamily deals. And actually, while we were shopping for yours, I was also
exactly.
So I know all the loopholes and right, because I'm kind of dealing with it on my own end. So how was working with Matt on your end?
He was really articulate, and because I didn't know a lot of things about the accounting side, it was really nice for him to explain everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about DR Law handling the purchase and sales and closing?
It was a really smooth process. I feel like Chris has a better opinion.
Yeah, I mean, in my field, when you don't have to ask somebody questions, that's how you know they're doing their job and doing it effectively, right? If we have to constantly have back and forth and there's dialogue, then that's when But DR Law was in the background. They handled everything. Everything was. I mean, the closing table took not even 20, 30. I don't know if that's typical for you guys, but
an hour,
no, they really knew their stuff, and they were in and out, and they helped us out immensely.
Mm-hmm.
And for Matt, I can't praise him enough. I mean, I got a text message asking how would you recommend Matt from 1 to 10, and I was I give him a 12, if not, because he was just. It's very rare that you find people as technically sound as him, and you as well too. I mean, at this point now, I'm watching all your videos. I'm like, oh yeah, Alan taught me that too. But Matt's both technically sound, and he's also good at communicating, and it's very rare to find both. And same goes for you as well. Extremely technically sound. You knew all the. I wouldn't call them loopholes, but you knew all the details. All the. And that's what makes you a good real estate agent, a good mortgage broker. You knew all the ins and outs, and you communicated perfectly well to first-time home buyers like me and Lydia. So
yeah, and then actually, I almost forgot. We even with the bidding war, we were able to get a home inspection, which is wild.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how was Chris over at Hawkeye?
Chris was awesome. I loved looking through the home inspection, and then and him explaining to us why he thinks everything is that rating, and what, and he even gives us suggestions on what to do to renovate. So it's really good.
I was nervous because inspectors they're not bound. We can't go to them and claim fault.
Yeah.
But the way Chris handled the inspection, I can tell he was doing it to the best of his ability. He was not leaving a single stone unturned. and he included everything in a very, very thorough report, and I really appreciated that. And again, he did one of those people that like technically sound and communicating well. He's also a really funny guy too. So, always a pleasure to, that home inspection process. That day was honestly like a really fun day and
Nice.
really, really educational too.
Love it. So yeah, congratulations. You're buying a 2-family, first go at it.
Yep.
That's awesome. I'm kind of jealous. And actually you purchased under appraised value, which is like impossible to do in the spring market.
Yep.
So that's wild.
Well, I said it off camera and I'll say it again. Any good decision that we've made, probably because we had the guidance of an amazing team. You, Matt, Chris. I mean, you kind of brought this. Alan, I want to thank you because you brought this whole team together. We got introduced to you, and you brought in DR Law, you brought in Total Mortgage, and you brought in your team as well. And I feel like, especially when we're so new to the process, you really have to have a good team backing you, and you were kind of that leader of that team. So, thank you, seriously.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.